Good morning, I'm Thomas Rintoul, this is my YouTube channel, I'm doing a summer project and this is week 3 of it. Let's cover all the basics. How are you doing? I'm kind of running a little bit late today. It's already 10 to 10, but it's been an exciting morning so far. My camera's going to die, so I'll make this quick. I've ordered some new gear. So up until this point, I've been recording all of my all my Twitch streams mostly, with that blue snowball, and as of tomorrow that will change because I've ordered a condenser microphone that's like connecting through XLR cables and an interface rather than USB, and I am excited. It's an AT2020 if anyone's wondering. Also, and I have a lot of work to do, so I've got a study stream starting in 10 minutes because, well, I find them useful, and in that time I'm going to be getting to work on some admin stuff for probably the first hour, and then I will be getting started on work for the project. As it stands at the minute, the current work that needs done on the project is that I need to do a slight adjustment to how I'm calculating velocities that are being added on to my particles for my supernova explosion, and I also need to work on how to find the densest region. So that's the work that is planned for today. I will have an update after the stream with telling you a little bit more about what it is exactly that I'm doing, because I realise you may be new, and if you are new, hello! Please subscribe, hit the bell icon, you won't miss future videos, and I need to go and set up OBS. So I will see you in a couple of hours after I've done that. Other exciting things that are happening today, I've got my first group meeting with the star formation group, which is really exciting. It's a meeting where everyone can talk through what they're doing at the minute, any issues they're having, and it's going to be fun, I hope. That's at 3 o'clock. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, my camera's going to die, so I'm going to shut up and get ready for the stream. And also plug in the battery for this camera. See you in a bit. Okay, so it's now about 1:30. I've just had my lunch and we've made some progress. Now, I'm going to have to log into my computer because it's not logged in at the minute. Hang on, let me turn on the light because that'll let you see me slightly better. Yeah, so what I've been working on this morning, if my camera will focus, has been, I'll give you the best running version that I got going, is basically a selection of supernovae setting off. So we've got this first one, and then there's a few more detonating. You can see, you might be able to see them hopefully going. There's another one just going off in the middle, and there's a few more setting off. And there's basically a load of these. Now they should be setting off at the points of high density. So I've not exactly got that working yet, I don't think. But we're making progress. I've got a new fix that I'm working on at the minute, or will be working on this afternoon. But I think we can agree this is a pretty plot. I just need to sort it out. So, that's the plan for the afternoon. Why am I holding up my left arm? Jeez, that's ow. Got the COVID jag on Saturday. Arm's still a little sore. It's okay, it's only been a couple of days. They did say if it doesn't if symptoms like flu-y symptoms continue after a couple of days, that's a problem. I don't think having a sore arm after 48 hours is going to be that big a problem. Like, I'm not concerned about a sore arm. Like, it's just a little tender, if that makes sense. It's fine. Like, if the extent of me having side effects is a little bit of fatigue that is gone now and a sore arm, I'll take it for the immunity. Anyway, what I need to do for the rest of the afternoon is I've got to spend... Well, I'm going to go and watch the Scottish news in a couple of minutes when that comes on, because there's big news around the Scottish Qualifications Authority. Apparently it's getting scrapped. Gonna be honest, about time. But I've also got to do a few other things. So once I've watched the news, I'm then going to start trying to figure out what's gone wrong with my current implementation of finding the densest points, because it didn't work. And then I've got a group meeting at 3 o'clock with the other members of the star formation group, which is fun, hopefully. It's going to be interesting at least. And then I'll have, I think, about another hour when I might go for a run. And then I've got school president training at 5 o'clock and then D&D tonight. It's going to be a fun time. But right now I need to go and watch the news and then fix this density thing and try and get that working. I think I just need to put it in as an else if as opposed to another if statement. which if you do programming you'll understand. Basically, you do if this then that, and then normally what I'm currently good at doing is a second if statement. So it's like if this then that, and then another if this then that thing. Whereas what I think I need is an if this then do this, if this then do that, else if this then do that, and then just it finishes at that point. I think that's my problem. So that's the next check to do. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I totally know what I'm doing. It'll be completely fine. Good morning. It's 20 to 12, but I've been working this morning, not on my project, I'm working on other things. Tomorrow I'm doing a talk with the School of Physics at an IOP Teachers Conference about everything I wish I'd known before coming to university. It's a rather exhaustive list. I might make a video out of the talk at some point. I'll add that to my list of things to do. But that's what I've been writing this morning. I've also been working on a few other things. I had some class rep handover stuff and a few things like that. I've been watching a lot of study streams. I've been jumping between 3 different study streams today because Dr. Simon Clark was doing one, Samwise2450, who's a mod on my Twitch streams, and Cat Does Maths, who is another streamer that I really like watching. So many study streams today. The problem with them all being slightly out of sync is I'm getting less work than I would be if I was doing one. It's fine. Today I'm getting on the University Computer Cluster, something called Kennedy. Basically it means I'll be able to run my high resolution simulations, the ones that take a really long time, I'll be able to run them on a more powerful computer. So my computer has 6 cores and 12 threads. This thing has 32 cores. It's going to be that little bit faster, and hopefully my 64 res sims will not take me an hour and a quarter. So I need to work on do the setup for that later this afternoon. I'm probably not going to get it done before lunch. I'll do lunch first and then I will go and do that. And later today I'm getting a microphone. It's coming in the post. I'm excited. Okay, so it's now, what time is it? 2 o'clock? 20 to 2. It's 20 to 2. I'm going to turn around to get some better lighting. I've realised that from editing you can totally see the back of me in the mirror, but oh well. Yeah, so it's now 2 o'clock and I'll be honest, I've not got that much done. I've done a lot of admin things. I've written a talk that I'm giving tomorrow. I think I already talked about that. I did some handover stuff for ending my role as a class rep before I become school president. And then I was like, oh yeah, I'll organise setting up this stuff for getting access to the computer cluster. Yeah, not so easy. It turns out that to access the computer cluster, I need to be able to access the university's VPN. And by default, the only people who can access the VPN, that's a virtual private network, are members of staff, postgraduate students, and undergrads in the School of Medicine. None of which I am. I'm an undergrad in the School of Physics. So, before I can get access to the computer cluster, I've had to submit a ticket, like a support ticket, with the IT service desk and say, hi, I'm doing this project, I need access to the Kennedy computer cluster. Can I get access to the VPN? And now we wait. I just have to wait until they get back to me and say, aye, sure, that's fine. I don't really have anything else to do in the meantime. I've let my supervisor know what point I'm at with the project and been like, I don't really know what I do next, just this is where it's at. This postdoc in the group is like, well, let me know once you've got connected to the computer cluster, which I'm not because I can't access the VPN, so that's all kind of on hold. So I'm kind of stuck today. I don't really have anything I can do for the project. So yeah, I might work on trying to maybe optimize the current program, make it a little bit faster, but I'm not sure how much use that's going to be. And then I don't know, what else could I do? I might actually do some editing. Might grab my laptop and edit some stuff because I can do that. That is at least something I can do without needing to be connected to the VPN. That's what we're probably going to have to do because I can't really do anything else. Okay, so it's sort of middle of the afternoon and I finally got connected to the VPN. The problem is I'm now needing to get connected to the computer cluster and I can't really do that until I hear back from the guy who controls it. I've had to send him a public, SSH key, whatever the hell that is. Oh, that camera's going. Oh, there we go. Yes, I had to send him that. So I kind of just have to wait. There's nothing else really I can do today, so I think I'm just going to finish a little early. Also, I thought I'd try this because I thought it might be different, but this is actually just very uncomfortable and looks a bit mental. Yeah, I'm gonna move because I can feel the blood rushing to my head. This was a bad idea. Yeah, I really need to move. Okay, so it's now about 2 o'clock, 1:30 actually. So I've had the morning, I did my stream, I had lunch, and I've done some work, but not actually on the project. This is what's been quite interesting about this week, is because I'm doing stuff with the computer cluster and getting connected to that, a lot of it takes quite a while, and because I've got other things that are popping up, I've got meetings and such that I need to prepare for, I've not really been able to do that much work on the project this week. So what have I done in the past couple of hours? Well, I've done a couple of things. The first thing that I did was obviously my study stream, and during that I did a bit of work for the talk this afternoon, so I practiced that a couple of times, and now that I think I'm ready. I'm going to practice a couple more times before 3 o'clock. I also started working on this package of careers information for the School of Physics and Astronomy. We've got all of the careers information exists, it's just in about 1,000 different places. So I'm writing a document that will kind of combine everything into one place. So that's now got a start to it. And I also found out I'm having one of my school president handover meetings tomorrow with the directors of teaching. And I need to basically explain, here are my plans for the year and that sort of thing. So I started doing some of the prep for that meeting. This afternoon, I'm going to finish doing some of the prep for that meeting. I'm then going to practice my talk for the Institute of Physics conference thing. And then after that, I'll finish doing the setup for running stuff on the computer cluster. That's the plan. That's what I'm going to do. And then this evening, I guess I'll probably play some games. I realise the past couple of days have been not as much project work. That should change tomorrow, I promise. I can't promise it, but it should change tomorrow. Here's hoping anyway, because I would quite like to go back to doing a bit more science and less admin, but it's fine. I will maybe see you later this afternoon. If not, I will see you tomorrow morning, when I should hopefully be connected to the computer cluster in the university and being able to run some of my simulations. Good afternoon. I know, I've not done any vlog updates today, and I'm sorry, but I have good reasons. I've been quite busy, to be quite honest. I know I'm in sort of shrouded in darkness at the minute. It's fine. So it is 2:15. It's pretty late in the day actually, but I've been quite busy. I'm just putting my camera down while I make my lunch. Oh Jesus, not having a good time today. Okay, that's not ideal. Cool. That was way too hard. Right, ignoring the blown out window. I've been quite busy this morning. I'm just going to make my lunch while I deal with this. I should maybe put this camera up a little bit. Okay, so I've been quite busy. I'm making my lunch now. Yes, I'm aware it is 3:15. But I've been busy. So what I've had was a meeting with the outgoing and incoming directors of teaching in the School of Physics. The directors of teaching are in charge of just most of the teaching decisions, staffing, timetables, that sort of thing. They make some of the big decisions that affect students. This is really loud, I'm aware. Basically, the meeting was a sort of handover between the existing school president and myself, because I start next week, and it was just a chance to sit and go through what I'm planning to do over the next year, what I'd like to see done in the school, and what I'm planning to do myself. There was also sort of things about, like, this is the sorts of things we really would like you to be involved in because they're really helpful at the start of the year. So all that stuff sorted. The thing I had to do after that was I had a meeting with the postdoc in the group. So he's the one who knows the code inside out, knows how to set everything up, uses this code all the time. So I had a meeting with him where he was showing me how to access the computer cluster and how to set things up properly, how to run code myself using this big software that we use, and run that on the computer cluster rather than on my own machine. Hopefully going to be a lot better. That took about an hour. The first meeting actually overran a wee bit, and then the second one overran a wee bit as well. Which meant I was a little bit late to my office hour stream, but that's over on Twitch. So I've just spent the last hour and a half doing that. We're going through a Scottish higher physics paper, the one I actually sat. So it's been quite fun actually being able to go through and teach the physics rather than sitting it as like, oh, I must pass this thing or I'm going to fail. I think it's important to go through it from a student perspective, like learning exam technique. I was just learning some of the things they don't teach you in school. like unit analysis is useful, and order of magnitude calculations are a really good idea to like just make sure your ballpark figure makes sense. After this, I'm going to go and work on the simulations again. I'm going to try and add in thermal energy into my simulation of the supernovae. This is, well, it's the next step, because supernovae aren't just kinetic energy and they aren't just thermal energy. They're a bit of both, and I'm trying to add those in, and the ratios that we've discovered are pretty decent. So that's what I'm doing this afternoon. I'll probably give you an update later. I'm not expecting to have any new renders to show you, I'm sorry. It's been a bit of a slow week so far as getting like new renders and stuff. We got one on Monday. The last couple of days have been a bit of a bust with a lot of admin stuff and meetings and just not having access to the big computer. So it's been a bit of a bust there, but it's fine. It's gonna be ups and downs. Be completely fine. Now, I need to go and finish making my lunch. Oh my goodness, what a time. Right, so I think the last time I gave you an update was mid-afternoon yesterday. I hadn't managed to do much work yet. I'd had a load of meetings. Today, well, it's now Friday, so on the final day of the week, and I've got all these fun new problems. So I've got the kinetic simulation thing working, the kinetic energy only simulation. The problem is I now need to do thermal energy as well, and that is producing all the fun issues because there's something that doesn't quite work right in the simulation that, basically it makes your thermal energy go negative, which doesn't work. Thermal energy is never negative. So I've been in contact with the postdoc in the group who knows this stuff far better than I do. He's let me know that there's a new update to Phantom, the program that we're building upon, that basically gives you a hard fix of if it goes too low, it resets your energy to be whatever you want it to be. So I've set that to be just above the temperature of the cosmic microwave background. So basically about as low as it's going to go naturally. And I'm now running the Balsara and Kim simulation that I was running a couple of weeks ago. Oh, a week ago? I'm not sure. Just to check that that's working, because it was working and now it's not working, and hopefully it now is working. It's about halfway through the simulation now, so hopefully that's fixed it, and that'll let me get on with trying to run my own simulations with the 50-50 split kinetic and thermal, which is going to be a more realistic simulation, assuming it works, and there's not this problem with the code. The fact there is this problem with the code, though, makes me skeptical that it's right. It's going to be interesting to find out what that's like, because I'm not convinced this is realistic, but if it's the best thing I can get, I'm not going to manage to develop a new thing that's better within, 3 weeks. Then again, it might be one of these things that they've had a look at it and been like, yeah, it's not 100% physically accurate, but in terms of percentage errors and compared to everything else in simulation, it's actually not that big a problem, because that's one of the things we do in Astro, is there comes a point where being 100% physically accurate in one thing isn't necessarily like that useful, because the other parts of the simulation have bigger errors. So being a little bit wrong in one is fine because you're a lot more wrong in something else, or even if you're kind of wrong with it, it doesn't actually affect the simulation that much. Fortunately, because I'm having to run all these long simulations, I've got time to watch the latest episode of Critical Role. They've started their Exandria Unlimited series, the mini-series, and it's so good. Yeah, I've been watching that while I'm waiting on simulations running. I really should be editing my own videos, but Critical Role's more fun. Oh jeez, this is going well. So I've got the negative thermal energy thing fixed. That's no longer a problem. So somebody elsewhere working on the main bit of the code has added in this fix that we're not entirely sure is 100% accurate, but the fix seems to work. So they've added in a fix that basically just when it gets too low, it just sets it to a minimum value and it should stop it going negative. Problem is now, I've got my thing working with 50% kinetic, 50% thermal, and it runs. But I'm not convinced that my density thing is working right. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to set off my supernovae in the densest area of the cloud that they're in. But there are problems. There are some of the supernovae are happening in these really dark regions, the low density regions, which they just shouldn't be, and I don't really know why that's happening. I've got in contact with the postdoc in the group. I basically said, any idea why this is happening? And I'm waiting on a response. It could just be correct and it's just that it's column density rather than true like volumetric density, and that's the problem. I don't know. Okay, it's mid-afternoon Friday, but I do not know what's wrong with this code. I think there's something fundamentally wrong with it. I don't even know if this is actually solvable. Like, I'm not sure if this is even the right path to be going down for this, or if I should be working on something else. So, because I'm not sure where the problem is, and I don't think I'm going to find it this afternoon, I think I'm going to make the executive decision to finish here for the week. Thank you for watching. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, comment down below if you have any questions about what it is I'm up to, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya!